Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're getting into something I think we've all felt, that really powerful and, let's be honest, kind of frustrating tug-of-war between our minds and our bodies when stress hits. We're going to unpack why, sometimes, it feels like no matter how much you tell yourself to calm down, your body just isn't listening. You know that feeling, right? Where your logical brain is saying, hey, you're fine, there's nothing to worry about. But at the same time, your heart is just pounding, your shoulders are up by your ears, and you feel totally wired. It's such a common battle, and honestly, it can feel like you're losing your mind. But what if there's a really clear scientific reason for that disconnect? Well, that's what we're here to do. We're going to get into the science of why your body's ancient alarm system can completely shadow over your rational brain. And this is the best part. We're going to talk about how you can finally hit that biochemical reset button. So, you ready? Let's get into it. All right, first things first, we got to understand what's really going on under the hood when you feel stressed. Because it's not just a feeling, it's an incredibly powerful, automatic, and, well, biochemical alarm system kicking into high gear. It all comes down to this thing called the autonomic nervous system. Think of it like your body's ancient survival software. When it senses a threat, and it doesn't care if it's a real-life tiger or just a scary deadline, it doesn't ask for permission. It just hits the panic button, flooding your whole system with powerful chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline. This prepares you to fight, run, or just freeze. And these aren't just thoughts or feelings. They are real physical imprints that get stamped right onto your physiology. Let's zero in on cortisol for a second. It's kind of the main character in this stress story. And when it's constantly running high, it does all this sneaky damage behind the scenes. It can mess with your sleep, it can make you get sick more often, cause all sorts of digestive weirdness, and even make you feel like your memory's gone fuzzy. And all that internal chemistry? Oh, it definitely doesn't stay internal. It shows up in ways we all recognize. You know that tension in your neck that never seems to go away? That low-grade inflammation that just makes everything ache? A heart that feels like it's racing for no good reason? Yep, that's your body speaking the language of stress, loud and clear. Okay, so if this is all so physical and chemical, why can't we just think our way out of it? Tell ourselves to calm down and have it work? Well, this gets us to the absolute core of the problem, the great divide that exists inside our own heads. See, you've got two different things going on. On one hand, you've got your thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex. It's smart, it's rational, it gets it. But then you have the primitive brain, the limbic system. This is the source of the stress response, and it's ancient and lightning fast. Your thinking brain trying to reason with it is like bringing a well-written logical argument to a 5-alarm chemical fire. It just doesn't stand a chance. It cannot win a shouting match against these deeply embedded biochemical alarms. So, if we can't think our way out of this mess, what's the move? The answer is to stop fighting with the body and actually start listening to it. This is where a body-first approach completely changes the game. And the idea behind it is actually pretty simple, but it's totally revolutionary. Instead of trying to force change from the top down, from your mind telling your body what to do, we flip the script. We work from the bottom up. We learn to speak directly to the nervous system through physical awareness, using the only language the body really understands. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, somatic work uses some really cool tools that engage our biology directly. We're talking about things like body awareness techniques, using your breath, and simple movements to literally shift your internal state. And basically learning how to regulate that nervous system that's been stuck in overdrive. It's all about sending a direct message of you're safe to that primitive part of your brain. Now, to make this super concrete, let's zoom in on probably the most powerful tool in this entire toolkit. Your own breath. And I'm not just talking about taking a deep breath to relax. This is like a form of real biochemical alchemy. This is so cool. When you consciously take a slow, deep breath, you're actually physically stimulating a thing called the vagus nerve. This nerve is basically the superhighway for your body's relaxation response. When you activate it, it sends a direct signal to your nervous system to shift out of fight or flight and into rest and digest. And the result? Your cortisol levels literally drop while calming hormones start to rise. You are physically changing your body's chemistry just with your breath. It's incredible. So, what's the big picture here? What's the goal of this whole journey? It's about taking our entire biochemical state and shifting it from a place of stress and fear to one of safety, calm, and connection. Here's what that looks like on a chemical level. You start out in a stress response, you're full of cortisol, and you feel disconnected and on edge. Then you bring in a somatic tool, like that deep breathing we just talked about. That action literally interrupts the stress cycle. This creates a real biochemical shift, where hormones like oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, start to increase, helping you feel connected and safe. And hey, this isn't just some nice idea. It has massive real-world results. Get this. In a study on chronic pain, after just 12 weeks of a somatic movement practice, patients reported a 40% reduction in their pain levels. 40%! That's a direct result of changing the body's internal chemical environment. And the evidence just keeps piling up. Veterans with PTSD who do somatic work show measurable drops in cortisol, and no surprise, they sleep better. People who struggle with anxiety see fewer panic attacks and have healthier heart rhythms. The takeaway here is huge. When we work with our body instead of fighting against it, we can create real, lasting change. So, how can you start doing this today? Here's a super simple 4-step daily reset you can try. In the morning, just take 5 minutes to scan your body and notice what you feel. Throughout the day, take little breath breaks with something like box breathing. When you feel tense, try some gentle shaking or stretching. It works wonders. And at night, try some progressive muscle relaxation before bed. It's a great way to tell your nervous system that it's safe to power down. And really, this all comes back to this core idea, which is put so perfectly right here. Healing isn't something you figure out in your head. It's not an intellectual puzzle. It happens in the body, through feeling what you feel, through the magic of your breath, and through just being fully present in your own skin. So I'll leave you with this question to take with you. If you can quiet that thinking mind for just a moment today and really truly listen, what is your body trying to tell you? Thanks so much for joining me.